For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.
Hi, thanks for watching this episode of The Weekend Drive. I'm Vince Bottaford. Well, we're here in Canada at the Bridgestone Racing School, and you're in for a treat. We brought Price Cobb and his daughter Nicole and Dave Young and his daughter Whitney to go through the school today to give us an idea of what it's like to attend a real racing academy. Let's take a look.
Generally, there's a driver's meeting in the morning to go over safety rules, some technical tips by the instructors. Everybody gets dressed up. If they're not a car racer yet, they at least look like a car racer when they have their suits and helmets on. We fit them to their formula car for the day. There's warm-up sessions initially to start the day, increasing in speed and complexity, culminating a day's end around 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, needless to say, it brings back memories of my, shall we say, childhood. Because when I started racing, I was in a car very similar to this. So that is a spectacular deal. Another thing that I thought very interesting to date is that I've always believed that initial education in racing cars should be on a much more controlled environment, which indeed the Bridgestone Racing Academy is. There's very little speed, quite frankly, involved, which is fine. It's all about technique. If you can learn the technique, then the rest comes easy.
Well, I tell people that it's a great experience in that for your first time on a track, which it is for me, you feel comfortable, you feel safe, you feel prepared because of the classroom experience, so that when you actually get out there, it really is what they describe to you in the classroom, and I think that makes a huge difference.
Well, obviously, you guys, this is something that I've done all my life and have enjoyed every minute of it. I'm dying to hear your first take on what happened today.
I had a really, really good time.
Now,
it was much more fun. I was really nervous this morning, but it was more fun than I thought it would be.
There were several stages of excitement here. The first is just showing up at this place. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're real race cars. We're going to get to drive them. And you get out on the track, and then you get a little comfortable with it, a few slower laps. And that adrenaline level, it's almost like you're turned into a junkie because you have to keep pushing and keep pushing to keep getting that, and pretty soon by the end of the day you're really hooked on it.
It would be fun to them if racing is fun to them. This is part of another world, sort of to speak, a racing world where nothing else exists but the car is. It's really something else.
Well, we talk a lot about driving cars here on The Weekend Drive, but the technique of driving a car is best learned at a professional driving school just like the Bridgestone Racing Academy. And Price, this is the kind of school and the very kind of cars that you learn how to drive in.
Bridgestone has partnered with some good people up here in Canada that have taken an idea that I always thought was the right one. It has to teach beginners on a course that's very safe, very technical, and not too much speed. I really think they've taken a great idea, expanded it, done a magnificent job.
Well, thanks for watching this episode of The Weekend Drive. I'm Vince Bottaford. We'll see you next time.
This episode of The Weekend Drive has been brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing. Podium Performance Group at podiumperformancegroup.com. And the Gear Store at theweekenddrive.com. The Weekend Drive is produced and distributed worldwide by Orchard Entertainment at orchardentertainment.net.